Outlander Season 8 Episode 3 just dropped, and it completely turned the story upside down. If you thought the season was moving slowly, the ending of this episode is proof that everything you've been waiting for is finally starting to unfold. From shocking betrayals to unexpected displays of supernatural power, this episode leaves us questioning who to trust, what's coming next, and how far the Frasers are willing to go to protect their home and each other. Captain Cunningham's true intentions, Jaime's inner battles, and Claire's healing powers all collide in ways that are bigger than ever before. By the end of this episode, the cliffhanger is so intense, it might leave your heart racing. Let's dive deep into what happened, piece by piece, and explore every twist that made. Episode 3, Unforgettable. Section 1, Jaime Story 032, 151. Jaime's storyline in this episode begins with a sense of tension and unease that he just can't shake. Ever since the idea of his death was documented in Frank's book, it has weighed heavily on him. Every action, every decision feels overshadowed by the thought that he might not survive. This pressure isn't just about himself, it also creates friction in his relationship with Claire. The love they share is deep, but the knowledge of mortality and the shadow of Frank's words cast doubt and fear over everything. The episode opens a window into Jaime's mind, showing us how much he cares about Claire, and how the thought of losing her to another man haunts him. Things get more complicated when the Frasers receive an invitation from Lord John. Well, on the surface, it seems like a social call. It digs into old wounds. Jaime hasn't forgiven Lord John for his past actions, particularly when it comes to Claire. This unresolved tension adds another layer to his struggles, and we can see it manifest in his cautious behavior and hesitation to trust fully. His interactions with Claire are tinged with both love and frustration, making it clear that he's torn between moving forward and being haunted by the past. The real turning point in Jaime's section of this episode, however, is the introduction of Captain Cunningham. From the moment he appears, there's something off about him. He presents himself as a retired captain, but subtle clues and Claire's sharp instincts hint that he's not what he seems. As the episode progresses, we learn that his commander has strategically stationed him at Fraser's Ridge with a purpose: to build a militia that could sway the outcome of the looming conflict. The men seen at the warden post, who are later killed by Mr. Cleveland, were smuggling arms in secret, which confirms that Cunningham's presence is far from innocent. His betrayal is layered, quiet, and dangerous, and it immediately raises the stakes for Jaime and everyone on the ridge. Throughout all of this, Jaime is forced to make difficult choices. Initially, it seems like he might oppose Cleveland, but the shifting loyalty of the ridge's people complicates the situation. Many of his men might end up siding with the king, leaving Jaime isolated and potentially forced to choose the lesser of two evils. With the Battle of Kings Mountain looming on the horizon, Jaime's actions in the coming episodes could define not just his fate but the fate of everyone he cares about. There's a real sense of pressure and inevitability, and you can almost feel the weight of his decisions pressing down with each passing moment. Beyond strategy, there's also the emotional layer. Jaime knows that his death could leave Claire vulnerable, and that thought gnaws at him constantly. His internal struggle balancing duty, love, and survival forms the emotional core of this section, making his journey both tense and deeply human. This episode also touches on Frances, who plays a smaller but meaningful role in Jaime's arc. When she sees the bodies of the men who once tormented her, her coldness is a stark reminder of the harsh realities they've all faced. It's a brief but powerful moment that reflects the dark experiences that shaped the people of Fraser's Ridge. For Jaime, seeing this reinforces the idea that every decision he makes has consequences, not just for himself but for the entire community. The episode builds a layered portrait of Jaime as a man caught between love, loyalty, fear, and duty, making this one of the most emotionally charged segments of the season so far. Claire's storyline in this episode is one of the most fascinating and layered aspects of Season 8. Episode 3. The episode emphasizes her role as a healer, both in the physical and emotional sense, and it reminds us of the unique abilities that have always set her apart. The opening scenes of her arc immediately establish this, as she is called upon to help a family who has wandered to the ridge seeking assistance. Their arrival isn't just a simple request for help, it's a moment that highlights Claire's central identity as someone whose presence brings hope in life. While the show has always balanced historical drama with fantasy, this episode leans deeply into the magical realism that Claire embodies. One of the most striking moments comes when Claire is faced with a newborn who appears lifeless. The scene is tense, almost unbearably so, and for a moment, it feels like the life of the baby is entirely out of her hands. Yet, as we watch, Claire demonstrates the full scope of her abilities. There's a moment of recognition. A memory flashing back to the time when Master Raymond saved Faith, which sparks something within her. The full moon, the soft light, it's as if the universe itself aligns to allow her to channel her energy. She focuses, connecting with the life force within the baby, and a blue light seems to flow through her. This isn't just cinematic flair. It's symbolic of her essence as a healer. With a calm and determined focus, she brings the baby back from the brink, creating a powerful, almost sacred moment of triumph and reassurance. This act of bringing life where there was none is a reminder of how much Claire's powers extend beyond the ordinary. They're not just physical, they're deeply intuitive and almost spiritual. The episode draws a clear connection between her past experiences and her present capabilities. By recalling the exact conditions when Faith was born, Claire taps into a rhythm and pattern that allows her to channel her energy in a precise and effective way. It's an incredible blend of history, instinct, and almost supernatural timing. For viewers, it's a moment that reasserts the fantasy elements of Outlander, reminding us that while the show is grounded in real historical struggles, magic, subtle and mystical, has always been part of Claire's world. But Claire's healing extends beyond newborns and physical illness. This episode also explores her emotional and psychological influence, particularly with Jaime as he grapples with doubts, fears, and the shadow of Frank's writings. Claire is able to soothe his mind, offering him clarity and calm in the storm of his emotions. It's a quieter, subtler form of healing, but no less powerful. She reassures him, listens, and guides him to confront the fears that have been holding him back, creating moments of intimacy that feel earned and genuine. Unlike the high-stakes drama of battle or life-and-death medical interventions, this kind of healing is quieter but essential. It's a reminder that Claire's strength isn't just in her hands or knowledge, it's in her presence, her ability to stabilize the hearts and minds of those around her, and her unwavering commitment to those she loves.